Welcome, students, acolytes, and apprentices of the Force. I am thrilled to present another Star Wars holocron to you all. Let us delve into the mystical and awe-inspiring world of the Force with confidence and eagerness. May the knowledge we gain today fuel our journey towards becoming true masters of the Force. In the wake of the galaxy-shattering decree known as Order 66, the stars themselves seemed to dim, mourning the fall of the Jedi. The decree did not just signal the end of an era. It was the birth of a darkness that would engulf the galaxy in the form of the Imperial Inquisitors. Under the cold gaze of the newly crowned Emperor Palpatine, these agents of the dark side were more than mere executioners. They were the harbingers of a grand, sinister vision. The Inquisitorius, as they were formerly known, were not born of the Empire's military might, but were instead a twisted creation from the remnants of the Jedi Order itself. Disenfranchised Jedi, betrayed by their own and lured by the promise of power or perhaps survival, found themselves under the tutelage of Darth Vader. Once protectors of peace, they were now hunters, tasked with ensuring the complete eradication of their former brethren. Among these dark figures, the Grand Inquisitor led with a zeal that was unmatched, coordinating hunts that spanned the galaxy. Their targets were not just any survivors of the Jedi Order, but included names that were legends in their own right, such as Obi-Wan Kenobi, now a shadow of his former self, hiding in the sands of Tatooine. Yet their presence was not limited to the hunt. They became a symbol of the Empire's omnipotence, featuring prominently in tales that spread fear across the stars, from the animated stories of Star Wars Rebels to the live-action narrative of Kenobi's exile. But the Inquisitors were more than mere predators. Their existence intertwined with a project far more ambitious than any had imagined, a scheme born from the dark recesses of Palpatine's mind. This project, known only to a select few, was destined to alter the very fabric of the Force itself. The origins of this grand design could be traced back to the Clone Wars, a conflict that now seemed like a distant nightmare, yet continued to shape the galaxy's fate. Cad Bane, a name that echoed in the underworld, was once employed to kidnap Force-sensitive children, not for ransom but for a purpose that remained shrouded in mystery. These children, untouched by the teachings of the Jedi, held the potential for something greater in the eyes of Palpatine. Project Harvester, as it was codenamed, was the first step in a plan that would extend beyond the mere acquisition of power. The Inquisitors, unknowingly or perhaps willingly, became the executors of this dark vision. Their hunts for Jedi survivors served a dual purpose, erasing the remnants of the old order and securing the future of a new immortal empire. The capture of these Force-sensitive beings, whether they were seasoned Jedi or innocent children, was integral to the Emperor's ultimate scheme, Project Necromancer. Within the secretive halls of the Empire's Advanced Science Division, led by the enigmatic Dr. Hemlock, experiments of unspeakable nature were conducted. Project Necromancer sought to breach the sanctity of life itself, creating vessels that could harness the power of the Force, or more specifically, the midi-chlorians that bound the galaxy together. The goal was audacious, to craft a clone that could serve as an eternal host for Palpatine's essence, ensuring his reign would never end. The revelation of this project in the annals of The Bad Batch Season 3 shed light on the lengths to which the Empire would go to achieve its dark ambitions. The presence of containment units, holding what were presumed to be living donors for this unholy experiment, hinted at a truth more terrifying than any had dared to imagine. As the galaxy spun silently in the void, the shadows of the past and the spectres of the future intertwined, with the Inquisitors standing at the heart of this maelstrom. Their legacy, once thought to be written in the blood of the Jedi they hunted, was now revealed to be tied to the very essence of life itself. The capture of Force-sensitive individuals was not solely to extinguish the light of the Jedi Order, but to serve as the foundation for Palpatine's ascension. Each Jedi, each Force-sensitive child taken, was a potential key to unlocking the Emperor's dominion over life and death. The revelation of Project Necromancer in The Bad Batch Season 3's premiere was a glimpse into the depth of Palpatine's ambition. The containment units, bathed in the cold glow of technology and dark sorcery, held the future of the Empire. These were not mere prisoners. They were the vessels of hope for an eternal reign. Among them, the whispers of the galaxy spoke of Grogu, the child with an M-count that defied understanding, and the tragic possibility of younglings, innocent yet bound to a fate beyond their comprehension. Yet the true heart of this tale was not found in the machinations of empires or the cruelty of fate, but in the resilience of those who stood in the shadow of darkness. The Inquisitors, once Jedi themselves, had fallen far from the light, but within them the spark of what they once were could never be fully extinguished. Among the ranks of these dark hunters, questions began to stir, whispers of doubt that echoed in the silence of their hearts. The path they walked was one of destruction, but the light they sought to extinguish was the very essence of their being. As the story unfolded across the stars, the legacy of the Inquisitors became a reflection of the galaxy itself, torn between the dark and the light, between the past and a future yet unwritten. Project Necromancer, with its promise of eternal life, faced the immutable truth that the Force, in all its mystery and power, could not be bound by the will of one, even an emperor. In the end, the fate of the Inquisitors, of Project Harvester, and of Project Necromancer itself rested in the balance of the Force. The galaxy watched, waited, and hoped for heroes yet unseen, for a new chapter in the saga of light versus dark. As the shadows deepened, the light grew ever brighter, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who fight for justice, for peace, and for the future. And so the story continues, whispered among the stars, a saga of heroes and villains, of empires and rebels, of those who walk in the light and those who have fallen into the shadow. The Star Wars universe, vast and unending, holds many such tales, each a piece of the puzzle that is the Force, each a story waiting to be told. But what do you think of this story and Bad Batch Season 3? Nevertheless, fans of the Star Wars franchise may be eagerly anticipating the continuation of the Bad Batch characters' storylines and how they will navigate the complexities of the Star Wars universe.